SOFI update here on the first. Another huge move today. Powell sounded pretty dovish. We finished at 738. We were up at 750 at one point. Question is the move done? Still. Hit my target of I think it was 730 to 740. But if you look at this, clearly 5-wave move. But if you go down to lower time frames, the question is, where are we at in this 5th wave? And I mean, to be honest, on smaller time frames, it gets a little dicey. But if I were to guess, I would just use my parallel lines here. So if you have 1, 2 right there, see a 3rd wave right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say we're in a 5th wave of a 5th wave. And within that, it kind of looks like to me 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe there's one more move higher. And if we're going to predict where that would go now, I would say I would project it to go to maybe 760 to 770. So the target keeps on rising. But basically, all that matters was the 3rd wave was not the shortest. And so the 5th wave can go as large as it wants. 1st wave, obviously shortest. 3rd wave, not the shortest. This one can extend, I guess, as far as it wants. But just looking on lower time frames, I would say it's probably got one more move higher. And that goes along with what I think is going to happen on SPY. Maybe one more move higher on SPY. I haven't looked at IWM lately, but I would say there's a chance we get down to 760 to 770. Another thing to look at is also on the weekly time frame and on the monthly time frame. I think that the best place to look for on a supply zone would be from 633 all the way up here to 782, this candle right here, because then we get a big move down right here and it never breaks above it again. And so we're right in that area right here. So I would be surprised if it did get above 782. So 782 is kind of my, where I think it's going to stop by there. But it could go to like 760 to 770 if we get one more move higher. But again, the smaller time frames get kind of dicey. And let's just say we do go to 760. We can get a projection of like where we're going to fall after that. And I would say, if it's a 5-wave move, I would say a spot to look at would be back down here at 592 at the 50% retracement, or 553. There's also a possibility that this is an ABC move. That would actually be overall probably be more bearish. But if that were to happen, we'd be looking at a pullback to maybe only the 0.38 fib here at 625. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Look for potentially one more move higher. If not, we'll start the 2nd wave. And I'd be looking at this as 1, pullback 2, and then we should get a big move higher. If 760 is a top, we'd be looking at 3rd wave taking us all the way up to probably $10, or potentially all the way up to the 2.61 here at $13. So looking great, but we are overbought here on the 4-hour, the daily. The weekly is pretty good, but again, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe there's one move higher to 760 to 770, but I wouldn't expect too much more before a pullback. So that's pretty much it. Actually, let's look at the moving averages real quick. We're above every moving average now. We have been for some time. That's another place I would look for a pullback. I would say here the 200-day moving average would be a great place for us to pull back, tap it, and then go for a 3rd wave. That would really be bullish. So look for one more move higher possibly, or start of the 2nd wave tomorrow. That's it. I'll do an update maybe tomorrow or maybe later in the week. Have a good night.